Photographer Paolo Rooscio at Rai Kwakuobo. She always pushes me to do something new. Photographer Paolo Rooscio on Rai Kwakuobo. Because of her reticence, Rai Kwakuobo is often seen as a mysterious sphinx or as some sort of oracle who operates on an elevated plane. But is she really so above it all? So other? Kwakuobo's iconoclasm isn't random, after all, but based on a thorough knowledge of tailoring and historical clothing that does account for the body. And her many long-standing collaborations speak to her loyalty and connectedness. One of the longest of those is with the Italian photographer Paolo Rooscio. The two met in Paris in 1983 and have been working together for more than 30 years, as the photographer explains in an exclusive interview with Vogue. On a surface level, theirs might seem to be an unusual alliance. Kwakuobo, cleaning with her graphic bob, is known to be definitive in her likes and dislikes. In contrast, Rooscio's images are purposely indistinct and infused with romance. They also capture movement and emotion. In short, they have poetry, which is the exact quality Rooscio says he finds in Kwakuobo's work. There are so many thoughts and so many dreams in her dresses, the photographer muses. They're not empty at all, they're full of many, many meanings. This being so, perhaps Kwakuobo is best understood as less a sphinx than a mirror, and her fashions seen as reflections not only of their creator, but of their beholders as well. Here, Rooscio, who has shown us the beauty and mystery of Comme des Garçons like no one else, talks about his first meeting with Rai and what her clothes mean to him. When did you first meet Rai Kwakuobo? The first meeting was a long time ago. It was in 1983, and it was when she was presenting her first collection in Paris. It was not a show, it was just a presentation in a hotel room. That's when I met her the first time. And your first collaboration? It was for a catalog that she was doing. Some brands were doing them, at this time, kind of creative avant-garde catalogs with the pictures made with good photographers and nice models and layouts. They were kind of interesting, more than even editorial work, because they let the photographers be free and creative. That was the first collaboration, and then, during all these years we have collaborated a lot. I have always been very close to Rai because I was always very inspired by her work, and very moved by her work, which has always been stimulating. She always pushes me to do something new, something different, like she is doing all the time. What was your first impression of the clothes? The first impression, in '83, was a kind of shock, in fact. In those years with Claude Montana, Thierry Mugler, and Marie Beretta, fashion was very structured, was big shoulders, had a certain elegance. And Rai arrived at the hotel with sweaters with big holes, broken fabrics, and no shapes at all. It was very different, shocking, and a kind of revolution, you know. So the initial impression was strong, and then, after that, what was very moving to me too was the mixture of Japanese culture and Western culture. How have they evolved? It's been a huge evolution, a fantastic evolution. There is never repetition, you know. She never does the same work, she always finds a new way, a new inspiration. She's always surprising herself, and myself, everybody. She's always creating something different, and I think she's exploring another level of fashion and the body and determining the relation between the body and space. I think her work is very important, and it's always touching me very strongly because I think it's always very poetic. Your work is poetic as well. Thank you, that's a big compliment for me. Yes, maybe that's why I feel very close to Rai and her work. A lot of people say, you can't wear those Comme des Garçons dresses, but it's really not very important. When you put on those dresses you feel something different. It's about philosophy, about religion, about learning. There are so many thoughts and so many dreams in these dresses, they're not empty at all, they're full of many, many meanings.